Well, hello, good morning, welcome back to the channel. I was hoping we were going to get some bit of a severe weather last night, but we never really got anything. It never really materialised too well. We just got a bit of rain and that was about it. There was, when I parked up, I put a weather channel that I follow on YouTube on, and yes, it was severe thunderstorms in Pittsburgh, and they're making their way across the state, but seemed to fizzled out by the time they got here, which was a bit unfortunate. I was hoping we could have a little bit of excitement, but alas, we didn't. But yeah, we're just ready for setting off this morning. Hour and 6 minutes away. Just come up to 4:47, and yeah, run away down to Martinsburg to get this dropped in there. And then we are laughing to get over to Baltimore, get the job picked up, and then I'm assuming it's going to be a full load of plywood we're going to pick up, so it's going to be heavy. Going to be my guess, but you know, it can always be light as well. So there were people park where I went to park yesterday. He's not even in a space, this end one. He isn't even in a space. He's just sort of plonked on the end. Yeah, we I'm gonna come up this one. We hopefully, if it's not going to be real heavy, the load that we're going to pick up, we don't have to go and scale it. But like I say, I think it's going to probably be a full load of plywood again. And then the only scale is the one that we went to on Friday in Baltimore, which is a bit out of the way, but well, that is what it is, isn't it? The job's due for 12 o'clock tomorrow, so we'll have the time to get it scaled and still get down the road a little bit, up the road a little bit this afternoon. You know, it is what it is. You know, we've got to run up. We've got to run at the legal weights, so we've got to go out of the way a bit and get it scaled. We've got to go out of the way a bit and get it scaled, haven't we? So yeah, we're just wrecking our way out of the TA at Breezewood. We can. We're only about half a mile away from getting onto the I-70 from here. There's a bad turn though at the top here for seeing stuff coming down. They just seem to fly around that bend and you struggle to see them at times. Really struggle to see them at times. Truck that was in the wrong lane, that decides to turn in now. That guy's turning, but we can't see for this guy turning in. And then there's a pickup coming down. We're going. Just not great to see out of there at all. Really ain't great to see around that bend. Luckily we got a light load on, so we can pull away quite easily. So yeah, let's get down to this job at Martinsburg, and I'll pick you up when we are there. Okay, so we have made it on to the job. Just going to put this on bay 16 here, which has got a nice big row of empty bays we have. So that is all good. We've just come to 3 minutes past 6. So been a nice quiet run this morning. It's always good. I think I might need to have pulled up a little bit further actually, to be fair. We can get it in a gear. We'll pull up a little bit further, cut it a bit closer to the skip. And then we should be laughing then. Oh, let's get this straight in. So with loads of room for manoeuvring, so that ain't too bad. Hopefully this is a bit of a better angle. You can hopefully see past the side of the cab to see the trailer when we straighten up a bit, because you couldn't see the other day. We should be good. You can probably actually see a bit better than me, to be fair. So I can just see the back of the trailer now. We need to be over a little bit more. So yeah, we're just there is an empty ready for us. I've seen it as we come in, so we're going to be straight in and out of here. Might get a bit of traffic on the way to Baltimore, like, but at least we're on our way there. We can get in early to get loaded. Going to do the back up a little bit more actually. We'll do the tandems then. Yeah, we should be good for these tandems. Should be good for getting there for 10 o'clock. Because yeah, 10 o'clock now, it's about 2.5 hours away or something like that to get in there. They didn't release then. Why did they not release? Has it released on the other side? Not released on the side, on one side. Or any side. Why aren't that handle released? You can't really see me, I don't think, anyway, but yeah, it's... They're just not releasing. Huh. Oh, we're gonna have to go figure this one out because the handle's out, but the pins are still stuck out as well, so who knows? Hey, so one loaded trailer dropped and one empty trailer picked up. Well, yeah, we're on our way. We are 110 miles from the job currently, so that's okay. And yeah, it's got us there at 8:28, so the earliest we can get in is 8:30. So over a little bit of traffic, we'll be about spot on. So if we say about 2.5 hours to get there, it's saying 2 hours at the minute. So if we say 2.5 with some traffic, that's looking like we're gonna have left 7:53. We'll have about 7 hours left driving. So you know, if it's heavy and by the time we've gone and scaled it, we'll say 6.5. So we should hopefully make it a good way up. I wanted to try and make it into Ohio at least, because then we've got all the rest areas then to play with, haven't we? So we shouldn't have any trouble getting any parking. Any trouble at all. We're gonna have to wait because there's one from the left coming. There's also one from the right, so we can't swing out anyway. Yeah. So we should be able to run it quite a bit today. Just hope that it's a fairly simple and straightforward job for us, and we can get it on. I'm willing it to be a bit lighter, because if it's a little bit lighter, we don't have to mess about going and scaling it really, so that'll work out well. If it's about £30,000 or something like that, then it's just set the tandems and just away we go, so we can save a bit of time then and probably make it further. Job ain't due till 12 o'clock anyway, but you know, if we can get there a bit earlier or something like that, because I believe they'll take it early, going off the reviews and what the notes that we've been given on it. If we can get that off early tomorrow and get a reload on and start heading back the way somewhere, you know, we're laughing for getting on for the week and maybe getting back for Saturday. So yeah, perfect. Let's crack on and get some of these miles done and just see what the rush hour traffic is on the way to Baltimore. No, we ain't gone very far. It looks like we've got an accident that's happened up here. We've got some guy walking down the lane straight at us. Straight at us. Still walking down, but we can't really go anywhere, so there we go. Just managed to get over. One of the construction workers. Yeah, I heard it on CB. Apparently he's gone into the wall or something like that. Apparently there's stuff all over the road. So it looks like he's took out maybe the one in the concrete box. It's a bit tight here, to be fair, but it ain't that tight that you can't keep it in a straight line, you know. So don't know. Yeah, it's like there's just a gap here in the yeah, he's hit the thing, hasn't he? I think that's the driver there, I'm guessing. So jeez, yeah, Penske truck rental. So he's just got too far over, hasn't he? Just run into that. Oh wow, yeah, he ain't driving that away. They're right. Stuff all over the road. Back axle on it. And we're running over all this stuff. And we got over this. We got through the dullest bits. Oh yeah, he is not driving that away. That's going to be some recovery. That ripped the back axle off. Did that impact? Luckily he's out of it all right, but that absolutely decimated that truck. That's a write-off. Well, we're through that, so hopefully that is it. That must have just happened because we haven't been queuing long. We've only been queuing a couple of minutes, so that must have only just happened. But yeah, we're getting quite a bit through on a CB then, but it just seemed to have gone dead. No one's talking now, so oh well, we're through that bit of excitement. Let's say thankfully they're all right out of it. You know, you didn't really know what happened. Someone could have a car could have swerved over and just pushed them straight into the barrier. You don't know. So yeah, let's keep going. All right, so we have made it on site to this job. We are just getting loaded as we speak. It was okay getting in. Getting around that final bend wasn't ideal, but we got there in the end. We're just putting the address in for the TA because it says it needs to be scaled. Does this load, which we thought it did anyway, so that ain't too bad. But yeah, we've not had a bad one. We just come in that gate there, and then we got straight down, and we're just backed onto the loading bay now, getting loaded. It's like me straight in. There was a yard person around here. She took my number and gave me a phone with what bay to go on, and it was sort of from there. We're just looking at what way we're going to get to this TA because it ain't really the best to get to be honest. So we've just come up there. So we keep right onto 151 and onto Kane Street, and we can get down on the 95. So how does that look on here is the question. If it looks okay on here, so we're going to be coming out of here, down on Monument Street, and then it's, yeah, so we're getting under and then up and then onto Erdem Avenue, straight down, till we get to just where the 95 is, yeah, then turn Kane Street, follow it down, yeah, follow it down. Can we get on there? Yeah, we can get on there. 95, and then round, and then off, which is, where's the exit there? Oh, there, under, then just, yeah, turn, yeah, turn, and then we're there. So yeah, that's not too bad. Is it 5.6 mile it's saying? Did that save? Yes, it did. Yep, so that's not bad. You can go get this scaled, no problem. and then we are laughing. Does it say where it's? I want to make sure we got the right paperwork, because shipping order is Bellevue for Washington, but it doesn't have a delivery address on this. Just says to Great Lake Forest Products. We got Great Lake Industries. It's the right reference number, because we got, where are we? That one, 25452, and release is 25452. So yeah, we got the right release number at least, so that's good. Say it's just plywood again. We're up at 60 psi on the drive, so yeah, let's get loaded. I'll get the tandems in the rough position, and yeah, we'll crack on and go get scaled. Well, that was a slightly stressful drive to the scale. That is not made for trucks round on them roads. It has trucks on them because there's all warehouses down there, but it ain't made for them. So that's one of ours just got on the scale there. It looks like he's gone to other place for timber. He's got his axles really, really far back. So we're at location 331. We've got trailer 61019 on. And then the pro number is going to be 5840991. Accept. Come on, be good. Be good first time. Let's have cracked this. So we're looking for under 12, under 34, and under 34. If you don't know, come on. Because it's not particularly flat in here. It's going to be a pain to shrink and stretch. Processing. We're good. We're in gear helps. We're 11,580, 33,860 on the drives, but we're going to burn fuel off. Of 32,240, 77,680 in total. I'm happy at that. We're under the weight, so I ain't messing with oat. Not messing with anything. It's probably slightly heavier on the drives because it's double stacked at the top. You see, in the middle. What a place for him to stop! What a place for him to stop! It's a high mileage Cub driver, 2 million miles. He stopped right on the bend. But yeah, weights are good, so I'm happy at that. I'm just going to put postcode, zip code in for Breezewood for a minute, because I hadn't actually put the job in, so let's just put Breezewood in, even though we're not going to end up parking there. It gets us out of here. That's the main thing, is get out of here. I wonder if that's the TA down there for parking as well. I wonder if you've got to book in first or something for parking. Maybe, because there's a lorry parked down there. Wait for this guy to pull off. I bet he has some weight on there at times. Yeah, he doesn't have. He ain't got much rush in him. No, we're fully loaded and we can be near enough run into the back of him. I think some of them just see it as a game a bit, you know. They want to cause as much stress to other drivers as they possibly can. This wants to take me back through here. We're going to go left of the lights. I've changed setting on my sat nav, so it'll take me through the tunnels now. I think the dimensions were just wrong on the truck. It was at 8'6" for the width, which I don't think we are. We're about 7 foot somewhat probably, so I'll put it at 7'6". But yeah, we're 129 miles from Breezewood. But like I say, when I get a chance, I'll stop somewhere and put the address in for the job and just see how far we get, because we're 2 hours now. We'll have 5 hours left once we get to Breezewood, so we're not bad, so perfect. Yeah, let's crack on. Well, everything in Pennsylvania is certainly starting to look a bit greener, isn't it? A bit more green. We're 12 mile away from getting onto the Interstate 76, and then, well, 12 mile to the T8 Breezewood, and then on the 76, we phoned and asked. It's first come first serving there tomorrow where we're going, so we'll yeah, just aim to get there for as early as we can. I've told him between 8 and 9, so he's put 9 o'clock down on the job, so it gives us time to get in there and get tipped, and then they can find a reload for us or a pickup somewhere and see where we get heading. No idea where we're going to roughly be heading, because we're going to get back for Saturday, and obviously it's Thursday tomorrow, so I think if we run as close to this job as we can, though, it'll help us out, because yeah, if we can get, you know, we've done 288 mile, we've got 5 hours left. I think if we can get up past Cleveland, we're probably doing quite well. You know, we just come to 12:15 now, so if we can get up around the Cleveland area, under 200 mile, you know, that adds another 281 mile to the total for today. You know, it's around the 250-ish mark then, and that's not too bad. So, well, no, 550-ish for the day. Sorry, not bad for a drop and hook, then a live load, then going and scale it and getting out of Baltimore. But yeah, we're just struggling up the hills. We are struggling up the hills. If I've got the time when we get up to Cleveland, I might have a look at if we can make the pilot of the 280, because we're on half a tank of fuel now. So at some point we're going to need to get him fuel, and yeah, if we can get there and grab fuel there, we haven't really come off a route that far. Plus we can park there, so we'll see. It gives us options, but yeah, we're getting blue skies. It's a lot less windy than yesterday. We have got a lot more weight on as well, so it is a bit stable, but we do get kicks now and then. And yeah, we can enjoy the nice scenery. Like I say, all the greens are coming back. Hey, so we are a few hours later. Like I say, we have come and got fuel. They authorised a fuel stop for us here at Love's, just over the state line into Ohio. And yeah, I had to get the windscreen clean. It was about 8 flies in front of the camera, so you wouldn't have been able to see out anyway. So, but yeah, we've grabbed fuel. We're full up on fuel. It was just down at nearly a quarter of a tank when we pulled in here, so we weren't needing it. So we're 298 mile away from the job. We have got a pickup for tomorrow as well, but I've just asked a question to him, see if we can get an answer back, because it could be preloaded, but it's not 100% sure, because it's booked for 3 o'clock, the pickup, which I'm hoping to get to the job a little earlier tomorrow, but if it ain't going to be ready till 3 o'clock, then there's no point getting there really. So that's going back to Ypsilanti. It's near the yard, to be fair, so I think if they come back and say it can be loaded early, then we can possibly maybe just take that back to Canton and drop it into there. We were nearly a pile up here earlier to get in, because we've come off the slip road where the truck is now, but there were a big queue of cars coming up, and there were about 4 of us in a row, all wanted to get into the Loves. But you're coming around that bend, the cars are flying up. You know, they're not letting you over, you just got to stop, otherwise you can't really go much further down, because there's a weight limit down past next set of lights. So Yeah, cars are just flying on the other side of the road to get around all the trucks still, but we got in. So we've got 2 hours, 4 minutes left. So I will probably do like another hour and then start looking to see where we're going to get parked up. Just watch it through here. Sure the trailer's alright, not rubbing against out. There's only a few of them where they come flying through here but they're not lined up right and the trailer ends up on the curb and trailer's nearly airborne and rubbing the tyres down the side, but we try not to do that. We try to take it nice and steady, keep moving. Sunglasses back on. So yeah, we've had some good progress really today, but I think it's just going to be one of them weeks. But I've got to sort of treat it as it's a week before holiday, so you know, I think I'm just ready for some time off. You know, we've been out for 2 full weeks. We're doing a full week this week, so it'd be like best part of 3 weeks we'd have been out for this trip. So you know, it's a lot. We've done 7,000 miles near, well, yeah, pretty much 7,000 miles so far since we got the truck back from service and we started this trip. So you know, we've done a fair bit. I'm hoping we're going to go a bit further, and a bit further afield out towards maybe Texas or something like that, or something. But now we got up to Minnesota, which was, you know, it's a different state. I didn't get a magnet from there, but it's hard to find them, to be fair. I had to quit looking at Loves and there weren't any. So we've got a Michigan and we got a Pennsylvania one. So we could need an Ohio one. We'll be stopping in Ohio tonight, so I might have a look when we park up at one of the rest plazas to see what they've got in there. But yeah, 297 miles to run, and like I say, we'll probably do another 100. But yeah, I'll probably leave about 200 to run tomorrow. That should be plenty, so about right. Hey, so this is second time recording this clip. I didn't have my mic clipped to my hat. We'll see how audio is on the first one, but I imagine it's not really going to pick it up because it were down low, and it only really works well if it's close to you. But I'll put the footage up over the top of us coming in and parking up. Yeah, we've got in at the service area. We're about 204 mile away or something like that from the job, so gonna look at starting at 5 in the morning. I'll aim to get there just before 10, I think, because said that I messaged driver manager to see if it's going to be ready early, the load that we're going to pick up at Elkhart, Indiana, where we're dropping this one off as well, because it looks like the preloaded trailer's there because it goes to GM. It says to check in at 10 o'clock, ask at 10 o'clock, so I'll if I aim to get to this job about 10 then and go look to pick up the other load at 11, it might luckily be ready for us to pick straight up, and then we can just get that maybe dropped in at GM tomorrow in Ypsilanti in Michigan, which is just round the corner from the yard, so we can either get something out of there to pick up hopefully, or they'll have something at Canton for us to pick up and we can go get down the road a little bit, but we will see. But yeah, I'm going to get off and end this video because I'm tired. We've done 568 miles today, so we've had a big long day. We started at 4:30. Yeah, 4:30. We just come up to 5:30. So 13-hour day. You know, we've done a lot. We've been into Baltimore again. Into Baltimore and cracked it. Got the weight spot on. I think the load should be spot on. Let's have a quick look at the load. See if it's moved, because you can't really strap it. It's now and impossible to strap these loads, to be fair, because of all the hooks that they've got on it. The hooks are terrible to try and to clip it in, but it shouldn't have moved. They're nearly £4,000 each of these. Yeah, you can see I've just left a gap for the strap. So if it does move, I know it's moved a little bit, then I can sort it from there. But I put one up top as well, and that one's fine as well. So yeah, perfect on that. That's not moved any, so we're happy at that. But yeah, I am going to get off and end this video, and yeah, I will see you all in the next one.